Facebook. Happy hump day. How you all doing out there this morning? Oh, it is Wednesday. We're halfway there, folks. We're halfway there. We're almost there. How's everybody's Tuesday? You guys have a good day? You guys do it up? You guys were productive? Possibly, maybe slightly, a little bit. All right. So this is part 2 of our discussion from yesterday. Now this one, some of you might get in your feelings a little bit. Some of you might get a little upset. Miss Chanel, good morning, my lady. It's good to see you. Miss Brittany, good morning, ma'am. Yeah, some of you may be in your feelings a little bit. I apologize, but some things got to be said. Some things got to be done. I hope no relationships get broken up over this, but we got to talk about it. Yesterday we were discussing how long should you wait before you get out. Today is a continuation of that, called Ring Me or Leave Me. Yeah, you understand it. So, the question is, how long are you to be in a relationship, no matter whether you're a man or a woman? Good morning, Miss Nikki. Good morning. Do you stay in a relationship before you get that ring put on and you get hitched? How long? Just talking to a friend the other day, and they were telling me how they've been in a relationship for 6 years. 6. That's a long time to be in a relationship. 6 years. Now, in that time, you would think, all right, it's time to step up. Time to step up your game. If they ready to jump the broom, they ready to get hitched, start making some babies, and the other person just kind of, lollygagging, like, oh, we having fun. What's the point? We good. So why do we got to ruin it by, probably because they don't want to be, somebody's, girlfriend, boyfriend, for the next decade or two. So, see, Nikki, you talking about no more than 3 years? All right, I feel you on that. So 3 years, that's a good pace. That's a good steady number. Now, again, everybody has their own arbitrary number. And I do say it's arbitrary. Miss Robin, good morning. Welcome to the show. It is an arbitrary number because it's in your own, everybody has their own number where they say, you know what? After a certain amount of time, I can't be doing this. We just chilling anymore. I can't. It just don't work. And I get that. So again, do you have your line in the sand number? What is your line in the sand number? Now again, let's be real. We're going to do this on 2 fronts. One, let's talk about you ladies. Ladies, you're the only ones. I'm sorry. Men don't have no line in the sand number. We don't. We don't do that. We don't have a line in the sand date in which we're saying if he doesn't propose by this time, Lewis, what's up, man? Welcome to the show. What's up? We don't have a line in the sand date where we're saying if we don't get if we don't get married or get engaged by this date, we rolling out. We don't. That's just not how we roll. Sharonda, welcome to the show, my lady. That just doesn't work with us. So, you ladies come up with this random date saying if he doesn't propose to me by this date, I'm piecing myself out. Now, the question is, how many times have you moved that line in the sand date? Come on, let's be real. A lot of you will move that date 3, 4, 5, 6 times. Talking about, well, it was just this bad timing. Well, he was going through that. Well, it was just you. Come on. If you gonna create a line in the sand date, you got to stick with it. You got to stick with it. Let's just be honest about it. You got to stick with it. All right. Now, fellas, let's be honest here. If you with a woman and y'all been going strong for some years, you can't really keep her as your girlfriend, for eternity. You got to step up. Especially if she ready to jump that broom. If you not ready to make that move, then you got to cut her loose. So I see Miss Lewis is over here talking about we don't do that crap. That's we don't, man. We don't do that. Nikki over here saying 2 years dating and the third year's engaged and married, and she's done it twice. All right, well, yep, there you go. Chanel says I think it varies. She was with her father, her son's father, for 10 years, and she was 16 when they got together. They never married, never again. There you go. 10 years. She rode with a man for 10 years. Now, yes, Lewis, you are right. Not everybody feels that they should get married. That's just not how they roll. If you are happy in the relationship in which you are between both parties, then do what makes you happy. We talked about this before. You do what makes you happy. So if your relationship is good and there is no marriage in sight, fine. Do you. Do what your relationship is. But if you know your partner wants to roll with getting married, put that ring on her finger. Do it. Ladies, if you know your man because it's not just you ladies that want to get married. Men want to get married too. You know, I won't say there's too many of us, but you know, we do. You gotta make an honest, you guys gotta make an honest person out of either of you. You do. You just gotta roll that way. So how long do you wait for the other person to finally get their act together for you guys to take that next step? I mean, these are things that you got to think about. You know, you can't just be sitting around just like, no, he will eventually at some point because I love him. So I know at some point we will get it. But he just says he's not ready right now because he's not financially there. He may never financially be there. Are you serious? Come on now. That's an excuse. He may not financially ever be where he wants to be. It's not about money. If your relationship is depending on money to move on, then you might as well just stay single for life. Plain and simple. Lewis thinks that there's too much pressure on marriage. There is a lot of pressure on marriage. But the fact of the matter is it's built up for us, especially men, to take care of our women. And there are a lot of women out there that are told that marriage that's where your safe zone is. Now, marriage, again, is not for everybody. Let me specify that. Marriage is not for everyone. I'm not saying everyone needs to get out there and get married and get hitched. It is not for everybody. It isn't. But if that's a conversation you need to have early, because if a guy doesn't want to get married and a woman does, you two aren't meant to be together. Miss Jessica, welcome to the show, ma'am. You two aren't meant to be together. I'm sorry. It ain't gonna work. You can't put, a round peg in a square hole. It just doesn't work. So again, if only one of you, good morning, Melissa, good morning. If only one of you wants to get married, your relationship is going to stall at some point. You may have fun, have the greatest sex in the world, have some good laughs, but at the end of the day, you two aren't rolling in the same circle. Y'all ain't going in the same direction. So you need to find somebody who's on par with what you want. Plain and simple. You can't, this whole, I can change him. I can get him. Good morning, Miss Rosita. I can change him. He's going to do it. No, we ain't doing that. We grown folks. We ain't doing that. I'm going to mold him, change him, get him to do it. That's not how no. Fellas, at the same time, you can't just be pulling a woman along, stringing her along because, she be getting that good and thinking, oh, nah, man, I be putting it on her. She gonna stay with me. She might ride or die, but I don't need to wife her. Nah, dude. No, that ain't cool. That's not cool. We don't know. You a grown man. You a grown man. I'm trying not to cuss right now. But you are. It's time to step up and do right. If you know that's what her end game is, you got to do right by her. Plain and simple. Plain and simple. Yeah, there you go, Melissa. Nope, she says, nope, I can't be living with a man for years and make kids with him. I can't see how some of my coworkers do that themselves. There you go. So there's another example right there. How are you going to be living with somebody for 3-4 years and playing house, but you don't actually want to, get married. How does that gonna work? Come on now, let's be real. Let's not play house now. One, that's setting a horrible example for your kids, because you're now setting your kids and letting them know, hey, it's no big deal. We ain't gotta get married for what? We paying bills. We already living together. Why do we need to get married for? That's not a good example to set to kids. No, at all. Now, again, if you want to teach them, yes, marriage is, if you want to get married, then get married. But if you don't. That is something completely on you as the parent. But teach the kids the right way of doing things for them. Now, say you do get engaged. Here's another question for you. So he pops a question. Yay, we're engaged. Woohoo! We're going to get married. Yay! How long do you plan on being engaged? Because some people out there, they've been engaged for 3-4 years. So you did 3 years of dating. Now you do another 3-4 years of being engaged. Really? You might as well just stay dating. I'm just saying. That's just me. That is me. And I could be wrong. So please forgive me, if I, touch a little button or two. But that's true. There's some people that'll be out there. We get engaged, but we just taking our time. That's all. We just taking our time. Cool. Take your time. Do you? But no. And there's no 3-4 years of engagement. If you're gonna get engaged and start making your plans. Get engaged and start doing what you need to do, and get hitched. Come on now. Let's be honest with each other. Let's all be grown. Let's all be adults and do what we got to do. Good morning, Carlos. Good morning, man. What's up, dude? Melissa's talking about, my pastor said, men, if you do not have intentions to marry the woman you're with, don't waste her time. Let God prepare her for her husband. There you go, girlie. Very well said. Very well said. That's what you do. Now, everybody here is talking about you should do 1 year or less of an engagement. What you all think about that? 1 year or less? Is that how it should be? It takes you a year to plan the wedding out, get your, both of your separate items together, bring them together, financials, housing, all that? That what we rolling with? 1 year? That sounds like a good number? You guys tell me. This is on you guys. You guys let me know what you think. All in all, the purpose of this is basically to say, let's not waste each other's time, people. Let's not string each other along. Let's not play head games. Let's not play mind games. That's not how we do things. We all grown. If you have no intentions to get married, cut the person loose. Let them go do their thing. Lewis, 1.5 years, max. There you go. See, a man that understands. He knows what he wants. So, yes, cut them loose. Don't waste their time. Just because you're not ready doesn't mean that they're not ready. So, let's do right by the people that we're with. Let's step up our game. Let's be grown men and grown women. And, let's do right. Carlos is saying he doesn't think that there's a timetable as long as things are progressing. All right, so let's roll with that. All right, I give you that. I absolutely give you that. Now, if things are progressing and you in a 6 year, 7 year, 8 year, let's give a real good number. You've been dating somebody for 10 to 12 years. 10 to 12 years you've been dating somebody. You mean to tell me all of you are cool with dating somebody for 10 to 12 years and have no end date in sight? Have no ring in sight? Have no marriage in sight? You all are good with that? I'm not good with that. That's just me. I ain't gonna be dating somebody for no 10 years and we just going along doing the same old, same old. That's just me. But you all have to do what makes you all happy. Again, I've thoroughly been saying that from Jump Street. What you do in your relationship that works for you all, then do it. But do not waste somebody else's time. If you know their end game is marriage and yours isn't, cut them loose. leave them. Bye. Throw the deuces. Get on. Plain and simple. Do not waste their time. Rosita's over here saying, I know a couple who dated on and off for 10 years, just got married. They live in different states. She asked him why he did it. He said empire. Empire. Nice. That's funny. Carlos, as long as the two that are engaged okay with it, outsiders are outside looking in. You're absolutely right. Outsiders are outsiders looking in. Nobody knows what goes on in your relationship but the two of you. So if you two are happy with 10, 12, 15 years of just date, cool. You do what makes you happy. That's how y'all roll. Don't ever let anybody tell you how you're supposed to be happy in your relationship. You are absolutely right. Plain and simple. Everybody has to speak for themselves and what makes them happy and what rolls with their relationship. Too many relationships end, too many fights are started because they allow other people to influence a relationship. Nah, that's not, no. That's an absolute, excuse my French for this, that's a hell no. Plain and simple. Do not allow anybody else to influence your relationship. That's friends, your mama, your daddy, your cousin, your auntie Binky, you know, your uncle Bobo, you know, whomever. No. Your relationship is your relationship. If you need advice, cool, get advice. But that right there is advice. Plain and simple. That is it. Advice. Do not take that advice that somebody gave you. Your girl told you, girl, man, he a dog. He ain't nothing. He ain't gonna be no good. Oh, no. No, you don't need to be with him. You need to leave his ass. No, he ain't gonna be no good. No. And you take her advice and you roll out. Next thing you know, he doing all this. You scrubbing it down and he living all good. Now you all in your feelings because you ain't together. Didn't nobody tell you to listen to her? Fellas, same thing. Don't listen to your single boy because he want to be hanging out at the club all night. And, you know, he in his feelings because you got your girl, you know, in bed with you. Uncle Bobo give you good advice. So, fellas, that ain't a good look. Do not allow your people to dictate what you do in your relationship. Come on. We grown. We are not children. We are not in high school. We are all grown. So again, look, do what you do for you. If dating for 10, 15 years works, be happy with it then. But if you know the other person wants to get hitched and wants to move forward, do right by that person. Lock them down. All right, plain and simple. So I hope you guys enjoyed the message. I hope I didn't upset nobody, but you know, truth got to be spoken. So I appreciate you guys. I appreciate the love. Thanks for joining the show. We'll be back same time tomorrow. Love you guys so much. If you have any topics, any ideas, anything that you want me to discuss, it stays anonymous. Inbox me. If something's going on in your life and you just need some advice, you need some help, inbox me. I'm going to put up on my page some information that we talked about yesterday about getting out of a relationship, especially for abuse, mental, physical. It doesn't matter. If you need help, you need a place to go, a shelter, you know, whatever. I know it's not easy to get out of domestic relationships. Amanda, welcome to the show. I know it's not easy. I know it's very difficult. Sometimes you don't even know where to turn. I'm going to put some information out on my page. Go to my page later on today. You will see places, shelters you can find in Atlanta. You will see places you can call that to get help for domestic abuse. Okay? This is a serious issue, people. So I'm going to put it out there. You guys find it, share it. All right, take care of our folks. All right, nobody deserves to get beat. Nobody deserves to be in that type of relationship. Anyway, so I'll hit you up tomorrow. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Again, thank you for the show. I love you guys very much for the support, for the love. All right, every morning, Monday through Friday, 7 a.m., we are here. We are talking live. We are talking about real truth, real stuff, adult stuff. All right, I love you guys. Take care.